After last week's game, there's a lot of things that we could be critical of for the New York Jets and areas that maybe should have been better than we expected. But one area that Jet fans are kind of left scratching their head is the wide receiver position. And why is Denzel Mims not seeing more targets? Jets, 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 Jets! Welcome to Jets Talk. My name is Ryan. I'll be your pilot today. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you've been here before, welcome back. I love having you here. Boys and girls, we'll be live tonight, 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock for our Talkin' Jets panel with myself, O'Leary, and Greenbean. So make sure you tune into that to get all our thoughts on everything that happened week one against the Carolina Panthers and ask us some of your questions, some follow-up things that we've had time to digest over the last 2 days. But let's go into our topic of the day, and we're talking Denzel Mims. And a lot of Jet fans are kind of left with, confusion, I guess, over the use of Denzel Mims over the course of the first week of this season and basically all of last year. By and large, Mims has seemed to play well while he's on the field. He actually graded out as our best player according to Pro Football Focus with an 80.9. Now that is a real big grain of salt or asterisk there, as he only played in 3 snaps, one of which being his only target where he got the 40-yard reception to put us into the red zone. So after you see that play, Jet fans are saying, what the heck? Why are we not seeing more of Denzel Mims? It seems like he has an impact every time he's on the field, and we just spent a second-round pick on him last year. Well, we got a little clarity from that, and here's what Robert Saleh had to say about Denzel Mims.
So a majority of the reps went to Elijah Moore, Corey Davis, Berrios. I think they dominated the reps, but part of that is the kind of the sequence of the game in that first half. There a lot of 3 and outs, a lot of short drives, and because of it, those receivers were able to play. You know, like you roll with your top 3 guys, and if they need a break, that's where the other guys step in. But Mims, you know, he's been doing a good job getting himself a little bit better every day, but he's got to know when you're not one of the main 3, you've got to know all 3 spots, and you've got to know it at a high level so you can step in and take advantage of all those opportunities. So if the Z, the F, or the X needs a break, you're the first one that goes in because you know all 3 spots. You can execute at a high level and you can roll. But yesterday was more of a timing thing where offense really didn't get rolling into that fourth quarter, which is where you started seeing him show up on the football field. We had those extended drives. I think we had a 10-play, 93-yard drive where the receivers needed a break, and it gave them that opportunity to step in and get action.
Okay, so a little bit to unpack here, and let's break it down little by little. The first part he says is the amount of reps that the team had on offense through the first part of the game. And when you look at the amount of plays they had through the first half with each drive, 6 plays, 3 plays, 6 plays, 4 plays, 7 plays, and 3 plays, there's just not a lot of opportunities, especially when you have Corey Davis, Elijah Moore, and Braxton Berrios as your top 3 receivers. What Saleh is basically saying is that those guys are going to see those targets first, and as we get longer drives like we saw in the fourth quarter, a 10-play drive driving the entire length of the field, that's when you start subbing guys out and you start getting Denzel Mims in. Now, I know it's not ideal that your second-round pick from last year winds up being your 4th, possibly 5th receiver when you really consider Corey Davis, Elijah Moore, Braxton Berrios. Crowder's going to be coming back. Keelan Cole likely starts ahead of Denzel Mims as well. So there's a lot of concern, and you'd like to just say, hey, well, he can't get the reps and the targets and everything like that if he's not getting out on the field. And that's kind of where we get into the second part of this audio clip of Robert Saleh talking about Denzel Mims and how he could get on the field more frequently. And it seems like Mims is kind of stuck behind Corey Davis on the depth chart, being that he really only knows that X position. And for him to get more reps is going to require him to learn the other 2 wide receiver positions as well, because Braxton Berrios and Elijah Moore and Keelan Cole and Jamison Crowder all have more flexibility than Denzel Mims does. So right now you're just talking about, okay, when Corey Davis comes off the field, that's when Mims goes on the field, and that's not what we really want to see, ideally. I mean, like if you're asking me what I want my top 3 receivers to be, it's going to be Corey Davis, Denzel Mims with Elijah Moore in the slot, and that's ideally what I would like to see. So for me, it tells me that Mims has the talent. It just seems like I don't know if it's a practice thing or if it's just can't diagnose the different parts of the playbook, but I really want to see him get more reps. And I understand hearing this explanation from Robert Saleh why Mims is not seeing that more frequently. He's not seeing more reps on the field, and I think it has a lot to do. I mean, one, obviously you want to grade the offense, but two, you want to grade Zach Wilson. And I 100% want to see Denzel Mims on the field with Zach Wilson because they are two of our highest picks that we've had in the last 2 years. Now, here's the issue. If Denzel Mims does not know the other two positions and Corey Davis is clearly the number one wide receiver, then are we doing a disservice to Zach Wilson by putting Denzel Mims out on the field in the event that he runs a wrong route or that he's making the wrong type of play, whatever? I can understand that because if you're asking me, would I rather sacrifice Mims' development for Zach Wilson and being able to grade the offense accurately, it's going to be a yes 100% of the time. As much as I want to see Denzel Mims out on the field, if he's running the wrong route and then causing Zach Wilson to throw interceptions or just be out of position, that's not something you want with your young quarterback. This offense and this season in general is all about Zach Wilson. So as much as it kills me to put Mims on the sideline right now, he really has to do the work himself. It seems like it's kind of between the ears for him, and he just needs to learn those other two positions to get himself more reps. I do think while we get the running game back in action, once we can get more than 2.6 yards a carry, I think you'll see those extended drives, and you'll see more opportunities for Mims to kind of show out in an actual game. So it's not the end of the world. It's one game into the season, and I think Mims will get better as the season goes on. Remember, he didn't have a training camp last year, and he's buried a little bit on the depth chart purely because we just have a lot of good wide receivers. The Jets' wide receiver room is pretty deep. It's not really a detriment, or it's not really a black mark against Denzel Mims because of how good that wide receiver room is. It's a testament to Joe Douglas and the amount of quality players that he has brought in at that position. So guys, let me know what you think of Denzel Mims. Are you upset that he's not getting more targets? Do you understand Robert Saleh's decision making and thought process and why they're not playing Denzel Mims? Let me know everything in the comments down below. And as always, go Jets.